Hey, it's Rachel. I stress all the time that it's really important as a parent to find that balance between being firm and being respectful. And a lot of parents ask me about this because they don't know what this sounds like or what this looks like. It's almost as if we have the assumption that if we're being firm, we're being disrespectful, and that is absolutely not the case. Now, let me start by saying that being firm is extremely important. Kids need boundaries, and kids need us to enforce the boundaries. They need us to follow through and do what we say we're going to do. So if you say to your child, we're only going to read 2 bedtime stories tonight, they need to know that you mean that and you're going to follow through. Or if you say to your child, you can't go to your friend's house because you didn't finish your homework, they need to know that you mean what you say and that you're going to follow through. So where does the respect piece come in all of this? There are 2 ways you want to think about being respectful when you are enforcing a boundary. The first is just simply in the way you speak to a child when you're enforcing a boundary. Anybody knows when someone is on your side or against you. We can deliver a boundary and still be on our child's side, and it's basically in the way that we deliver that boundary. So you can say to a child, no, I'm not going to read another story. I told you I was only going to read 2 stories. Or you could say, you know what? I know you really wanted another story. Unfortunately, there isn't going to be another story tonight. So really thinking about the way you're communicating respect through your tone. The other way to be respectful when you're being firm is to understand that that boundary is difficult for your child and to respect why it might be difficult. Even if it's not a difficult one for you, it's hard for them. So for example, a child might want another bedtime story because they have a hard time falling asleep and they want to keep extending their bedtime because they don't know how to just lie there and do nothing. So giving them the tools to be able to handle the boundary is really respectful. Similarly, if you have a child and you say you can't go to your friend's house, realizing connection is a big deal for kids. And when they aren't able to have that connection, they're going to struggle. If we teach them how to deal with that, we're still enforcing our boundaries. We're just doing it with respect and realizing that their point of view matters to them, even if it seems silly or insignificant to us. So what you want to remember is being firm is really important, and being respectful is also important. Now, one way that may help you think about this and may make it easier to be respectful is a quote that I love. I did not make this one up, but I hear it and say it all the time. Basically, remember, when your child is misbehaving or when your child is pushing a boundary or they keep asking you for more, remember that in those moments your child is having a problem, not being a problem. So if you remember your child is simply struggling with the fact that there's a boundary, then you can really think about it and enforce your boundary with more respect, with more compassion, and with more understanding. And that's how you find that balance. So I hope that helps gives you some ideas for how to balance being firm with being respectful. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at rachel@rachel-bailey.com. I'll see you next time.